Well, this work is important to me because I can see the difference that when unions are involved in taking on the issue of domestic violence in the workplace, we can make a real difference for our members. And not just people who are experiencing domestic violence, but also for co-workers in the workplaces. And it's just the right thing to do. It's something that we've been involved in since 1993 when we took the issue of violence in the workplace, and particularly domestic violence, to the bargaining table and negotiated what we call our Women's Advocate program. Yeah, I think that employers and unions need to pay attention to domestic violence because it follows people to work. We've had great examples where often, people were being disciplined, and it's often women who were being disciplined because of absenteeism. And when we started to peel back the onion, we realized the reason women were missing work was because they were suffering domestic violence in the workplace. So, having those conversations, domestic violence in the workplace, or domestic violence in their homes. So when we started negotiating and talking to employers about that, and made the business case around why it was important for employers to take on the issue of domestic violence, that's when we started to develop policies and procedures and offer resources, both workplace and community resources, again for workers who are facing domestic violence in their personal lives, either at work or at home. So things like absenteeism, loss of concentration, the effect on other co-workers in the workplace, and training costs for employees when they put a lot of money to train workers on specific job requirements, and when somebody loses their job, that means that they're retraining somebody else. So it's those business cases, and also just the whole culture of the workplace and how it affects other workers in the workplace. So that was the business case we presented to them, and the cost of domestic violence to employers is something that they started to pay attention to. So that was our first opening discussions, and then from there we moved into developing policies, procedures, negotiating things, again, like the Women's Advocate program that could provide resources and support for workers in the workplace.